Right, we'll take a look at shares of Meta surging today on its second quarter earnings. The company's results and earnings call seemingly boosting investor sentiment. Joining us now with her insights into the call is Yahoo Finance's Seana Smith. So, Seana, how would you characterize the call?
Rochelle, it was a solid call, and let's talk about exactly why. So we got the results after the bell yesterday. We know Meta beat on both the top and bottom line. The guidance was very strong here, but Zuckerberg calling this the most exciting roadmap that he's seen at Meta for a while. Let's talk about the three takeaways first, because first up, there was a lot of speculation going into Meta's report about whether or not we were going to see this recovery in the online advertising market, and we did. We know that that is very important here for Meta, also very important for many of its competitors within the tech industry here going forward. In terms of that revenue growth that we saw for the online advertising market, that was up 12% on a year-over-year basis, and some commentary during the call from CFO Susan Li, who's going to be on Yahoo Finance later on today. She said that some of that growth was attributed to increasing spend from online retailers, but also Chinese companies, a trend that we have seen now for some time. Second up, it's committed to its cost cuts, the year of efficiency, and that has been paying off. We know that Meta has worked hard to slim down its workforce. They've actually cut more than 21,000 jobs in recent months. Zuckerberg saying that he is committed to this. He is committed to being a more lean organization. We know that they have dealt with some of the hierarchy issues that Meta has had. They were able to demote, I guess you can say, some redundant positions that they have had now for quite some time. That is helping boost results. That is helping get them cut their costs here. And now it's all about stability going forward. Zuckerberg reiterated that a few times in this call, saying that is his message to employees. Now, and third, we got to talk about AI, because that is a big reason why I've seen this massive run up in Meta since the start of the year, and a massive run up really almost across the board when it comes to some of these larger tech names here. You can see up 164% year to date. And taking a look at that 1 year chart, now back in November, we were just above $70 a share. This massive run up, the stock more than tripling, $318 a share here today, with the stock up just about 6.5%. Zuckerberg, like I said that this is the most exciting roadmap, the release of new AI products that's already helping the company. CFO Susan Li also mentioning in this call that advertisers, they're able to better gauge the engagement here on their ads because of Meta's AI technology, and that is leading them to spend more on their platform. Certainly something that Meta is excited to see, trends that are very important here for the future growth of the company. We also heard from Mark Zuckerberg on the call, touting some of the advancements that Meta has in AI. Let's play a quick soundbite from what we heard from Mark.
Investments that we've made over the years in AI, including the billions of dollars we've spent on AI infrastructure, are clearly paying off across our ranking and recommendation systems and improving engagement and monetization. AI recommended content from accounts you don't follow is now the fastest growing category of content on Facebook's feed.
So breaking this down even further, Rochelle, Zuckerberg pointed directly to AI, saying that it boosted the time spent on their platforms by about 7%. Engagement is so critical here for Meta. There are so many competitors out there. They're doing everything they can to get users to spend more time on their platforms. At least for right now, they're showing that AI is really giving them the advantage here.
And speaking of how they're competing, was the new app Threads a major topic of discussion on Meta's second quarter earnings call?
Yeah, it was no surprise. Obviously, there's lots of questions about how Meta plans to monetize that. Zuckerberg did address that in his opening statement, saying right now they are focused on the growth of Threads. Right now, it has over 100 million users in less than a week. Clearly, this has really resonated better than some of the other most recent products when it comes to virtual reality. So Threads is something that at least users were interested in at first. There have been reports just about the drop that we have seen in engagement. But in terms of the tone on the earnings call, Mark Zuckerberg was very encouraged by the success that we have seen so far when it comes to Threads, also saying that he's quite optimistic about the trajectory going forward. So, Rochelle, overall, my vibe was good here for Meta. We're seeing that reflected in the stock price today, up 6.5%. So I think this quarter certainly lived up to the street's expectations.
Certainly seems to be. Great stuff there. Thank you for that breakdown. Our very own Seana Smith there for us.